Oh, here's the cat. Whiskers. Whiskers. Talk. Whiskers. 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 It hardly ever talks unless you beat it. Whenever I pet it, I think it was doing this before you left anyway. But whenever you pet it real hard on its backside, it starts pawing at any paper it can find, and it starts making noises and things, and like it's having some kind of hormone explosion or something. It gets really excited, you know. Whiskers. Whiskers. Right now it's standing on a piece of paper going every time I pet it. It's an odd one. Okay, but there, I accomplished that goal. I wanted to get the cat to talk on this tape, and there I did that. So that's good. Yeah, now it won't shut up. Let's see. Oh, another big news I wanted to tell you. You'll probably find out before I manage to get this off into the mail to you anyway. But I went to Ken's house, Ken Moore, and now Whiskers is sitting on this other piece of paper next to the stereo, and she's trying to bite a hole in the headphone cord that I have. Well, Whiskers, where did your mother and I go wrong with you? Problem cat. Oh, my dad's telling me good night. There, I had to tell him good night too, so he wouldn't think I was ignoring him, and also so he wouldn't think I was up here talking to myself, which I kind of am. I'm talking to my tape, talking to the cat. That's more or less talking to yourself. But anyway, I went to Ken Moore's house. He invited me over. I don't know. I can never remember. You always tell me where he is and what he's doing, but I can never remember what you told me. But I can't remember if he's in town all summer or if he was just in for that one time or not. But we went over to his house and played pool and had the pizza kind of thing, the standard thing we used to do, only there weren't any amps and drums and stuff lying around. He hasn't sold his drums. He's got them in the attic somewhere, I think. He said he knew the day after he sold them that he'd want to play them, so he hasn't sold them. And I think that's a good idea, because if you know how to play the drums, it's silly not to have some to play. But we made a tape for you. He's been getting pretty prolific. He played a bunch of stuff that he had written down, and he's got his Macintosh computer. He's an odd one too. He was telling me about how he had some sequencing software for the Macintosh up at Virginia Tech this past semester, and he kept always playing around with it and not doing his studies. So he wanted to get really good grades this semester, so he kept getting his roommate to hide the software from him so he couldn't use it, and he'd find it eventually, and then he'd get his roommate to hide it again, and eventually he decided that hiding it wasn't the answer, so he just erased the software. He didn't have any backup copies of it. He just erased it, and so it wouldn't be a temptation anymore. So now he doesn't have the software anymore. From what I understand, unless he had some at home, my understanding was he didn't have any other copies of it anywhere, and he just erased the stuff. So that's kind of weird. But maybe he has a backup copy somewhere. I hope he does.